Hi, welcome to this new podcast. This time we are going to talk about the novel Pride and Prejudice. This novel was published in 1813 by Jane Austen, turning quickly in one of the most important classics of the English literature. This novel is about a romantic Burgundian relationship between Elizabeth Bennet, the daughter of a country gentleman, and Fitzwilliam Darcy, who is a rich aristocrat and a landowner, which, little by little, are learning to let go their pride and not to be prejudiced and in the process, they fall in love. Now, Carla and Aline are going to talk about the characters and how the time in which the novel was written influenced them.
So, as the main character is Fitzwilliam Darcy, who is he? Is Elizabeth's second love interest. He is an intelligent and shy man who comes across an arrogant and proud. Deep down, he is honest and a kind boy. At first, he believes that Elizabeth is inferior to him because she comes from a humble family, but little he falls in love with her.
The Victorian era manifested itself in customs, literature, fashion, architecture, family relationships, and the arts. It was a period of change in the British economic and politics, great difference between their social class. The role of the Victorian era in the literary work, Pride and Prejudice, can be seen more fully with the character of Elizabeth. The protagonist, Lizzie, a beautiful, educated, and intelligent young woman who decides to marry only for love. We observe the concept of the situation of that time a little more truly with the sense where Lizzie is sad and melancholic because her best friend Charlotte and other people she appreciates are far away. She talks about how it is that before there was no such pressure to get married and that they were better or financial. We could cite the social pressure that existed at the time for the daughters of the families to marry so that they would not remain single. At a certain age was very important. We can observe it at the moment that Mr. Bingley arrives at the place where they lived, and the interest that Miss Bennet had because one of her daughters will marry that man because of the wealth that was important at the time. So the prejudice, as the title of the literary work says, because at the time they were kid notorious. Because in one part of the film we see when Lizzie meets Darcy. Meets Darcy and well, she is quite interested in what they family if she has something to get married if at some point she thought that it could happen that she will have something to get married did it was very well she is saying that she did not know how to play the piano very well that she did no know how to draw very well either so that was very important to her their family in this case Darcy's aunt because the social condition that the family had at the time was very essential. Later on we can see how the prejudice and pride of both end up affecting both of the time if their feelings because they want to be together for all the things that both have found or because they realize that they are both pro and have prejudiced each other. House is the sense where Darcy tries to clarify up the um, misunderstanding that Lizzie has about unmentioned that he fought against his own judgment and the expectations of his relatives due to the difference in social status. He tries to clarify a little about the separation from his best friend and his sister already because he says that notices a lot that Merce Bennett was quite reckless and that maybe they just wanted an advantage marriage because his best friend was pretty and had some wealth and because of the behavior of his mother and his sister I had an intuition that they wanted an advantage over that. And about that, Liz explained that she was already very shy, and that not even with her did he explain its feelings to her so much, and that it was different or wrong what he would believe about what she and her family wanted. But when Darcy tried to propose to her at that moment, she rejected him because she felt that he seemed to insult her. It is a clear example of the pride that would had, but in this case, because of Lizzie and well, we see how later things are sitting down or because they clarify things or the difference, and well, that helped a lot. So they could be together and recognize that they were both quite proud and that they had prejudice and each other about how it's that the situation and how the things that turned out the big deal for that type of situation. How it was to get married and be able to improve economically. The difference in social status were quite important and the impact that there was with the feelings of the people they had in that moment.
Other characters include Mary Bennet, the most serious of the five sisters. She is a bibliophile and sharp, being on proportion of hers. She compares her a lot with her other sister, which hurts her. She describes the feeling by pretending that she is not interested in social gatherings of men and that what she is really interested in is polishing her intellectual gifts. To do this, she uses elaborate and complex language to appear superior, which makes her pedantic in the eyes of others. Other character is Catherine Kitty Bennett. Lydia is seductive imitates her everything and wants to be like her. So she becomes jealous when Lydia is invited to social gatherings and events that Katie is not invited to. She is vain and materialistic. After Lydia's escape, Kit realizes that her sister was a bad influence on her and became separate from her. Kitty is no more a pride of focus girl. So Lydia Bennet, the youngest of the five sisters, victorious, innocent, and reckless, 15 years old. She dedicates herself to trying to get her hymns fleeing with officers. Darcy convinces of her with him to marry her. And finally, Charles Bingley is Darcy's friend, an attractive kid man and of immense wealth. He doesn't meet Maxine, which those who belong to a lower class than his which helps him meet John, for whom he feels immediately attractive due to Janelle's sickness. Charles doesn't quite understand how she feels about him, and since Charles is a man who is not good at conflict resolution and depends on the option of the others, he allows himself to be influenced by her feelings, sister, and their friend Darcy to abandon Jane. It is such a romantic novel, and even more so because of the era in which it takes place. This movie teaches us that love can be stronger than any other negative feeling. It's a really interesting story.